Hello there, my lovely Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your October 2019 Path of True Love reading. My name is Mark A. Lyons, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the professional witch, the professional intuitive, and a Leo rising. Now begins the series of readings where I do have planets in them. It's only 4, right? I am Virgo Sun, Pisces Moon, Leo Rising, Venus, and Libra. So these are the ones where I spend the time before doing these in prayer and meditation. Just like, keep me clear of this, please. I know I'm part of a collective. Don't know if I'm part of the collective I'm reading for. You never know, right? What are the chances? So my guides have given me a new spread. This is obviously my 5th one. I do them in zodiacal order. So if you've watched any of the previous ones, you already know about the surprise at the end, but if you don't, let's just wait for it. It's worth it. Path of True Love is not just about you and another person in a romantic, sexual, whatever intimate context. Path of True Love is about you as an individual expression of the divine in the earth game, right? The hero's journey, the healing journey, the spiritual path, all through the lens of your relationships of every shape, form, design, right? The content is about becoming true love, right? You becoming true love in your twin flame relationships, which may or may not be in this one, are about helping you transform, teaching you how to love yourself, teaching you how to heal yourself, how to take care of yourself, while the other person by contract can't give you any of that. Soulmates are satisfying. Those are the ones who help each other heal. Honestly, I've had more friend soulmates. Oh, look, 1234, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks, synchronicity. I've had more soulmates as friends than I ever had as lovers. So there you have it. But becoming true love, the true lovers, right? That's what the path of true love is ultimately about, is about you becoming an embodiment of true love, unconditional love, love without illusion, right? 5th dimensional unity consciousness and above, right? So let's get down to it. I'm psyched to do this. Had a very busy morning. I gave a talk at Summerland Church yesterday for 2 hours on being an angel in disguise, about the 5th dimensional being. Such a good disguise, we don't even know who we are. So flying a little high, but also really mellow and relaxed. So let's do this. Okay. My collective pantheon of angels, gods, masters, and higher selves of all involved, please, what is the dominant archetype for this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for October 2019? What is the dominant archetype in them, the soul power that they will be alchemizing from lead to gold? Just call me mother. Oh, the mother archetype. Now, this has nothing to do with biological gender. I have the mother archetype pretty dominant in my chart, right? So consider this the overall tone of your path for the month of October 2019. Light attribute: nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life, whether literal or symbolic, right? Through creativity. That the language of pregnancy is the same language of creativity, right? You conceive a child, a creative project, an idea. You gestate, right? It grows and grows and grows within you in the internal world, right? The heart, throat, third eye, and crown, right? Comes in, right? You conceive, you gestate, you carry, right? You labor, lower 3 chakras, you put it into the world, and then it is born. The shadow attribute: smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. Now, that might seem a little hard to interpret, first of all, if you're in a biologically male body. This is not about bodily gender. Well, how do I do that? But then if you look at children as like creative children, like my company, Drawing the Circle Productions, he's 21 years old. He can drink and drive. Not at the same time. We don't do that. But you know what I mean? It's like I've got an adult on my hand now. I've been doing this for a really long time. I'm not walking away. I'm not abandoning him. I'm giving him the unconditional love, right? The patience that he needs to grow. and become the best that he could be. And yes, he's a he my son. Very yang. Production company, let's put stuff out there, right? So you feeling that? You feeling that, my Leos? That's the the dominant archetype. Now what we're going to do is something a little different. I do these for my own personal readings. I don't even do this that often for clients. I guess I will start doing it more for my clients. Is we're going to do a little past, present, future. I mean, 3-card spreads are sort of at the core of divination. Even if it's yesterday, today, tomorrow. This is not yesterday, today, tomorrow. We're going to do. We're going to look at past, present, future in terms of where you've been on the path of true love, where you are on the path of true love, and where you're going on the path of true love. So that could be months, that could be years. We're just looking at a different way of a quantum timeline here. Cool. Let's do this. My angels, please show me, where is this Libra collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign been on the path of true love? Where have they been? Ooh, signs. So signs and synchronicities, like I looked up and saw it was 1234, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It's like, to me, like regardless of what it says, but everybody else, to me, 1, 2, 3, 4, everything's going according to schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, go with the flow, right? Let's get yeah, I'm going to build the line horizontally. We're going to do past, present, future, but then I'm going to clarify it with the other decks. So we'll have a number of cards on here. Because the mother archetype with signs, right? It's like when you don't know you're pregnant and all of a sudden it's like, oh, baby bump, or you haven't had your period, right? Okay, that's a little feminine gender specific, but symbolically, right? You may be pregnant and not know it, right? But again, it's more than that. That patience, that unconditional love, too. To be pregnant with unconditional love, what could be better? All right, so my gods, please, for this Leo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, where are they on the path of true love for October 2019? Balance, temperance, yes, balancing your emotions, the element of water, and do it this way, and your desires, your will and your emotions. Will you, won't you? There is a card of patience, and it's card of patience, and right in there, patience. It says patience right on the card. Nurturing, patience, unconditional love, joy, and giving birth to life. Cool. So, you're following the signs. It's where you've been. You're in this place of temperance, and temperance is also a place of alchemy, in the sense that you are being brought into balance within yourself, and sort of leveling up, right? It's later in the major arcana cycle. It's not in the beginning. And it comes after a bit of a rocky road, part of temperance. So keep following the signs, because really, it just fifth dimensional awareness. Start seeing the unity of all things. Synchronicity means same timing or same time, right? So you're kind of going along. So now my masters, please, a future card. Where, for this Leo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign on the path of true love, where are they going on the path of true love? Where are they going on the path of true love? Well, expectations. Now, look, expectations we know are problems, because it's hard to not have them, right? Try and not have an expectation. We'll get cards to clarify that, but let's be aware, particularly when coming out of a thing of balance, you'd be like, okay, it's balance. Now where's my stuff? Where's all my stuff? Where's my stuff? And I will tell you, just from personal experience, expectation is a setup for heartache. I'm not the first person to say that. Heartbreak, right? That rather than expect, unless it's going to be something like, all right, I expect this all to work out somehow. Right, Leo, that's sort of easy for a fifth house. It's like, I expect I'm going to come out on top somehow. I expect that where I'm going on this path, this is all for my highest good. The evolution of my soul, I don't have to like it necessarily. You don't have to like that everything that's happening is happening for you, not to you, right? Instead of that victim place, but like, all right, I'm going through this alchemical tempering, right? When you temper something, like tempering chocolate or tempering steel, heat's involved, right? There's an alchemical process going on with you where you are on the path right now, finding balance, different than the card of justice, balance. This is, to me, it just feels like very much this interior of where you are, because the path of true love is about you, not about, it's about you. All right, so let's get our second line now. Now what I'm going to do for Leo mother, I'm going to clarify this signs in where you were on the path of true love with a tarot card, Daughters of the Moon Tarot. So please, my gods, Apollo, who sits in the throne, the solo act in the throne of Leo, my Leo rising god, please. One card in clarity for this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Where have they been on the path of true love? Ooh, the Hanged Man. Well, in this case, called reversal. Traditionally, that would be called the Hangman. Obviously, in this card, the Hangwoman, but that's why I like reversal. And it's about seeing things differently. I mean, even to the point of her eyes are closed above water. Her eyes are open below water, and there's a corona, a crown of light around her head. So possibly following the signs they've been giving, helping you see things differently, right? While perhaps you were suspended, while the pause button was hit, where, you know, it seems like nothing was going on, but you're getting signs, and that ability to surrender and say, okay, show me, right? So if that's where you are, that's pretty good. You may not be so consciously aware of that in each moment, right? But just that general sense, like, how do you know, what I love about this card is she relaxed. Right? She's not struggling. How do you know you're in alignment? How do you know you're going with the flow? You can either cling to the banks of the river when you hit the rapids and have the crap kicked out of you, or just kind of go with the flow, cross your arms, get in the center of the stream, and just see where it takes you, right? But you're getting signs along the way, or you were, right? And if you're watching this in September, this might be going on for you right now. So go easy on the timing. Wait for the whole picture to play itself out before you kind of jump to any conclusions and hit dislike and unsubscribe, because this is pretty good so far. You've only got that expectations card. So now let's look into this card of Temperance. Love this card. Very Libra, I'll say, because of that aspect of it with the two cups, one with fire, one with water. So my masters, please, can you clarify for this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign where they are, and reflip the deck, where they are on the path of true love right now for October 2019. Please, where are they? Okay, this card keeps popping up for people that someone's using you, or you are using them, or in this place of temperance. Oh, my masters, I like this interpretation a lot better. My heart just opened a little creek. That instead of that toxic led side of it, this is using your path of true love, using what's going on in your life right now for this temperance, for this balance. Again, it happening for you instead of to you, sort of getting along with that. Now, I know the card does not necessarily depict that, but you know what? I'm a clairvoyant empathic. These are triggers, not, you know, like we use that word nowadays. But these are like jumping off points for my own chakric, energetically, fifth dimensionally guided by angels, gods, and masters. So that really makes a lot of sense. Also considering that you've got two major arcana cards out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 2 out of 6. So 1/3 of your reading right now is major arcana card. This is a big place that you're in. To me, the major arcana are places that you go through, symbolically speaking, right? Stages that you as the actor walk across. Let's get an angel card then to clarify what these expectations are, because if this is like miracle or blessing or something, and really with these cards, what are the chances of it not being Doreen Virtue healing with the Angels Oracle? So my angels, please clarify. Whoop. All right, I'll take it. Not looking at it yet though until they say it, because I gotta say it, right? Words are things, they have power. My angels, this card clarifying for this Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Where are they going on the path of true love for October 2019? Serenity. Now, what is serenity in terms of expectations, right? Oh, that's serenity prayer. God, Goddess, all that is, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, perhaps. And I'm going to have expectations, but to change the things that I can, right? And what can I change that I can get a new perspective? Remember, we've got more cards coming down. But on the path of true love, there's some serenity here. Or perhaps you're expecting to be serene, and wouldn't that make sense with the temperance where you are right now? Moving into that place that perhaps you can expect some serenity to know that there are things that you can't change, right? With other people on the path, right? With situations. And it's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just the divine plan unfolding to evolve you into a greater version of yourself. So whether you're experiencing gain or loss, them coming towards you or walking away, if you can just walk the path, you can do this with a bit of serenity, but you're going to have to keep an eye on your expectations, unless your expectations are nothing more and nothing less than life is doing this for me for some purpose to make me better, and I have no idea what that is. That's the accepting, the serenity to accept the things you can't change, the courage to change to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That really feels like, oh, so much more congruent than don't have any expectations. Good luck. You're going to have expectations. It's what do you do with that? But coming out of temperance, if you're using this temperance where you are right now on the path, really your chances of serenity just makes more sense to me. Not just intellectually as a reader, but intuitively, and that's really what the guides are transmitting here. I'm not trying to sugarcoat this, considering we've got 2 Chuck Spezzano womp womp cards here from the love pack. But it's just a different interpretation. Sorry. Why is it that I only cough when I'm doing these readings? It's so weird. It's not like I'm huffing paint in between readings. Never. Virgo. All right. So let's ask the masters now in clarification of the card reversal, formally otherwise known as the Hangman with signs. So my masters, please, can you please clarify for this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, where they've been in relative to the path of true love? Where have they been on the path of true love relative to October 2019? Well, fear of commitment. Again, a third womp womp card, and the last of these 3 Chuck Spezzano cards we're going to deal with. So if you're really we're looking at your fear of commitment and following the signs, I can relate to that. When there is doubt in a relationship, when we are afraid of loss, right? And we have to hang out. We have to kind of like, let's just see what plays out, right? That's a wise decision. Let me just see this differently, right? Let me surrender to the will of the divine. Let me surrender that somehow this is happening for me instead of to me. Then we can really look at what our lack of commitment or fear, as it actually says in this card, fear of commitment. Yeah, fear of commitment is about, right? Like, he's opening his heart and she's seeing a ball and chain there. That fear of the trap that isn't really there, right? The ball and chain isn't really there. That's an illusion in her mind, but that her only because it's a female in the card. And not to surrender to the fear of commitment, but to love what rises. And if that's what you've been doing, if you've been following the signs, or even if you're like brand new to this idea of the path of true love, just know that this fear of commitment may have nothing to do with the person, place, or thing. By the way, you have relationships with persons, with people, places, and things. So the signs there of a fear that you have a fear of commitment about might have made you see this a little differently. Now it would make sense that you're in this place of temperance, right? With using this time, using this perhaps a timeout to bring yourself into an alchemical balance of, because, oh, here you go. You may have a lot of fire. I really, 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 really want it, but emotionally, like, I really, really, really don't know, and I'm afraid of loss, or I'm afraid of commitment, or I'm afraid of being trapped. And to use your current situations, because that's what they're there for, is to transform you through this on the path. It's just how it rolls. I'm not even going to say unfortunately, that's how it rolls. So let's clarify that card of temperance with that using card from the angels. Please, my angels, for this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, where are they on the path of true love for October 2019? Divine guidance, right? You can't go wrong. If you look, can you screw up divine guidance? No, it's just a matter of time. If you're open and you're willing, right? So you don't even need to know how to do this temperance, how to bring yourself into this balance. Say, all right, divine guidance, right? Use me. Do it. I accept that I have no idea how to temper where I am on the path of true love right now, so I call upon the divine light of the universe, the gods, the angels, the masters, to do it through me, to use me. It'll look like I'm doing it, but we'll know it's you for the well-being of all that I am now, and so it is, right? Give that a shot. Because then that really is saying, all right, this is all divinely guided. I didn't do anything wrong to get me here. Nobody else did anything wrong to get me here. This is how the script is written, and this is happening to make me better, which is hard to see and hard to swallow. I know, my Leos, we have our pride, right? But it comes to all of us sooner or later. Yeah. Okay, last card down here, we've got a tarot. To clarify this, questionable card still for me about expectations, but with serenity from the angels really says, this is part of the process. Again, have the serenity to accept the things you can't change, the courage to change things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So, my gods, please, can you put this into context for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? Where are they going on the path of true love relative to October 2019? That one, your third major arcana card, the Empress Mawu, the divine feminine, the culmination of all of the queens in the tarot. Oh, just call you mother, right? So there's a big divine feminine thingy going on here. Remember, Leo is fixed fire, feminine fire. The Queen of Wands for me is, even though we're not doing traditional tarot here, we're only doing Maiden, Mother, and Crone with the Daughters of the Moon. This is kind of obvious, right? That you give birth, that you have your fertility. You're the embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess herself. We all have masculine, feminine energies within us, but this is really with that unconditional love and that patience that's being developed in you, that even your expectations are put in context here. Very, very cool. I mean, so we'll just do horizontal. But I want to get the fifth dimensional perspectives on the past, present, and future first for you all. So just give me 1 second. You know exactly how to make room when I'm doing this. A certain layout of the cards, that I combine the three, and it'll be easier for me to show you all of those connections. I can just pick them up one at a time. But now we're going to use the Whispers of Love. Oh, I love these cards. So my collective pantheon of angels, gods, masters, and higher selves. Please, a whisper of love for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. The fifth dimensional perspective of where they've been on the path of true love relative to October 2019. Embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. Now, I'm glad to see that if I am involved in this spread, because that's what I do. I have learned as a Pisces moon, it's either that or get ill, right? Either that or just keep getting walloped. Just embrace your emotions. So that does absolutely make sense with your fear of commitment. It's saying embrace your fear of commitment, embrace those feelings, but in terms of I have to embrace this. This is about embracing the shadow, embracing the fear. There is no alchemy to gold without lead. It's just how it is. You need the fear. The fears are written into the character you're playing in this life, and with the signs and synchronicities everywhere. Yeah. So whatever you felt, right? Even if you necessarily didn't do it consciously or through a therapeutic, energetic healing process, EFT, or that if you embraced your emotions to any extent, if you're feeling it, you are healing it. And that is the rule. That's why, it's not just all on the divine feminines and the first wavers to, heal the emotional bodies of planet Earth. It's anybody who's feeling, even if they're unaware of it, if you're feeling it, you're healing it. It's just they tend to re-identify with the pain and repeat it. That just means more comes up. The universe is very economical in that way, I find. We're all in this together, folks. So let's now look at where you are on the path of true love for October 2019. Please, my collective pantheon of angels, gods, masters, and higher selves, please, a whisper of love, a fifth dimensional point of view, perspective, vision. of where they are right now on the path of true love, or for the month of October 2019. Treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. So if we can, come here, if we can look at that, using that as that you're going to use all of the people in your life that you treasure to really love them deeply. That's the unconditional love of the mother archetype doing this alchemy and bringing you into balance. But don't worry about fucking it up, because you've got the divine guidance. If you're willing to love, if you're you've already surrendered, right? You've already got that. All right, let's play. This is the tea. This is the shade. This is the pink lemonade. Then let's do it, right? Very, very, very cool. Did I put you? Oh, I put you under there. Okay, just didn't want to put the card back in the deck. I don't do that. It's like once a card comes out, it hits the table. Let the cards hit the floor. Let the cards hit the floor. All right. My collective pantheon of angels, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please. A whisper of love, a fifth dimensional perspective for this Leo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Where are they going on the path of true love relative to October 2019? And who do we have here? Love makes the difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provide a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. So there's your serenity. Love makes a difference. That your expectations are going to be there, but you're going to deal with them from the place of the divine feminine. We're saying, all right, because our expectations might be, well, let's go back here, right, with that fear of commitment. That your expectation might be that it's a trap and it's just going to be another codependent replay. And, well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But your expectations aren't going to affect that either way. Because what happens if you run away from it out of fear? It's just going to come back around in another person, place, or thing. So to get to love that voice. Why? Because we've had expectations in past relationships of things, of them being the one. But my darling, from the fifth dimensional perspective called unity consciousness, sort of implicit, we're all the one. We are all one, and we're all in this together. So your expectations of, because of what happened in the past, really, love makes a difference. You got to love that child that was burnt, that was trapped, that did not get what it wanted in a love relationship. This is a path of true love, but even if this is about a work situation, a familial thing, a friend thing, that you're able to really come up. Really, the mother archetype with the Empress, that's just too on the nose. So guess what? Here comes your surprise. We're going to pull one more archetype card. You in relationship with someone, something, can even be another archetype within yourself. And I'm sorry, you're going to have to do the work on that one to feel it out. I'm reading a collective of Leos here. It can be all of those things. For some of you, right? I love that when readers on YouTube say, for some of you, because we're reading quantum probabilities, so many scenarios. So last card, my angels, please. My collective pantheon of angels, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, particularly if this is another person. So there's no violation, there's no sneaky peeky, there's no psychic spying here. The higher selves, my angels, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please. One archetype for the other that this Leo mother archetype is in relationship with, a person, place, or thing, even something within themselves, for October 2019 on the path of true love. Here it is. Here it is. And it is the networker. Okay, good, 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 good. Well, I am a networker. How can you not be nowadays? The creativity family, the archetypal family of creativity. Light attributes enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. So someone who's ready to communicate, or the process of communication, your own ability to network, or a network of people, places, things, and ideas, right? Indicated here. That's good. That's good. That's branching out. But now, of course, the shadow conveys information only for personal gain. spreads fear and falsehood. So keep in mind, I love this phrase, the toxicity of well-meaning people, right? Just be careful of your network in that too, that while you are going through this process, that whether it's a person, a place, or a thing, the archetype there of the networker is about creating a net, right, of communication, certainly, but also a network of friends, perhaps, that there's an expansion here for you. This is a really lovely reading. I mean, on balance with the other ones I've done so far, this one feels really kind of fun and upbeat for you, but that really, this just keeps, I'm like, come on, dive into the divine feminine, feel your feelings, embrace your feelings. It was in the reading. I wish you the very best and the very blessed on the path of true love, my Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, my subscribers, for subscribing. Thank you for the likers who like. If you're new to the channel, go read my description box. There's a lot of good info in there, and I always update it. So yeah, good stuff going on. But for now, as always, wishing you the very best and the blessed of the path for October. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed be.